The reason you have a hard time finding products isn't because you're bad at sourcing. It's because no one taught you how to find products the right way. How's it going, everyone? It's Alex with SellerAmp. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how you can use reverse sourcing and manual sourcing with SellerAmp to find leads and find good brands to sell on Amazon. All right, first things first, we're going to start with any name brand that you know of that maybe you use in your everyday life, right? If it's Nike or it's Clinique or any home product that you use on an everyday basis, start by searching that product, and then we're going to go from there. So I'm going to use Clinique as an example. It's just a brand that I know that is prominent in the beauty space. You can pick Nike, you can pick, Stanley, whatever you want to pick, right? But we're going to be looking at that brand and see if that can help us find other brands through storefront stalking and reverse sourcing. So again, we're going to scroll down. We're just going to look for any Clinique brand and see if we can reverse source off of that. So right here, $22, pretty good rank. So let's just look at this product here. We're going to open this up in Amazon, and we're going to look at our SellerAmp extension to help us find some storefronts that are selling this product. So, all right, so we can look at this product, right? But we're just going to actually go and look at the storefronts that are selling this product. We can also see Amazon is on this listing. So let's scroll down to the offers tab and look to see if any of these storefronts we can reverse source and storefront stock, and then find brands from there. That's the idea. So what I like to look for in these storefronts is a storefront that has between 10 and maybe 200 reviews or ratings. If you go a little bit higher than that, you're going to run into maybe some storefronts that are selling wholesale products, and we can't find those profitably, on everyday websites. And then if you go a little too low, sometimes those storefronts that have the low ratings maybe don't have as many products on their storefront, or they're just not as experienced. They don't know how to source really well yet. So we're not going to find good products in their storefront. So we can see Amazon's on there. We're just going to find one. See 1,100. That's just too many for my preference. 138. That's like the perfect amount, right? They've been selling on Amazon for probably a couple years to generate that many reviews, and hopefully they have a good amount of products on their storefront. If they don't, we'll move off that storefront and go to the next one. All right, this is great. They have a bunch of different brands, and they have a bunch of different categories that they sell as well. So we're going to look at some of these. We're going to go one by one down the list and see, is Amazon selling these products? What are the rank of some of these products? We want to understand, are these brands good to search for and jot down, so we know, when sites are running sales, we can find these specific brands. Like, we know where to look for. So we're going to look at this top one. The most products that they have of a specific brand is this one here, Esprit. So what we want to look for, right, is to see, is Amazon on any of these listings, and then how well are these products actually selling, right? We don't, maybe Amazon's not on a listing, but if it's a million rank, we're not going to be able to sell that anyway because it just sells way too slow. So the price doesn't matter as much when we're looking through this method, right? Because, maybe sites are running super big sales, especially during like Black Friday time of the year, December. You're going to find products cheaper than you normally would. So the price isn't as important when we're doing this step, but we do want to understand what brands sell well on Amazon, and is Amazon, dominating the buy box on some of those listings. So let's just scroll through here. We can see, looks like it's a pet supplies brand. And we can see that, the rank is really high on some of these. 53K rank in pet supplies is actually pretty slow moving. So just make sure you're doing your research on ranks. 100K rank in pet supplies is really slow, 42K rank. So this brand right off the bat doesn't look like it's great. It sells super slow. And maybe it's profitable, but again, we want something that's going to move a little bit quicker. So we can look at Glade. Let's just go, like I said, down the line. And if we see this storefront isn't very good, or Amazon's on all of their listings, move off of the storefront, right? Keep looking. We go back to Clinique here, and we can see that there's 60 offers on this listing. So, and that's one specific variation. We can look at the other variations if we want as well. But there's just a ton of different storefronts to look through. So don't get hung up on one bad storefront. We can move off of that, look at another one right after. So let's look at Glade here. We can see Amazon's on this one, but not very much. The rank is really solid. Again, rank is good. Health and household, we can basically be buying anything that's under 200K rank. And if the price looks fairly steady, even better. So what I'm seeing, they only have a couple Glade products, looks like 3 total, but the ranks look pretty decent on all of them. Amazon's only on this one for a little bit, and that's a good sign. So what I would do is I would write down Glade, right? And maybe save some of these storefronts, or what we can do is bookmark this storefront in our Google Sheet, and say, review later. And then what we can do is reverse source off of this product and look at all the storefronts selling this product. Maybe they have other Glade products in their storefront. And that's how we can start to find good listings in these brands that we now don't know about, but we're going to learn about, through this method. So All right, Glade seems to be like a decent brand here. So let's keep going down the line. We have Method. Let's see if they have any products here. Again, we're not too worried about the price. Some products you're going to find are super hard to find profitably. Maybe it's like only a brand that people are getting wholesale. But what we care about is, is it moving fast and is Amazon dominating the buy box? Because if Amazon dominates, we're not going to be able to sell that product whether we find it profitably or not. So, those are things to keep in mind here. One way to tell if Amazon is sharing the buy box, even if they're in stock, is to see how many other sellers are on the listing. If it's just Amazon and one other or two other sellers, good chances that Amazon is dominating the buy box. But if you have this listing here, there's 17 sellers on this listing specifically, Amazon, and then 14 other FBA sellers. So there's a good chance that Amazon is sharing the buy box with those other sellers. So we can see 11K rank, 26K, 30K. So this Method brand looks to be a pretty quick moving product, and Amazon is on one of them, but not all of them. So again, we can write this brand down, start creating a spreadsheet. You can even make a Google sheet with SellerAmp if you really wanted to, of brands or at least products to start from, so you have an understanding and you can go back and check some of these good brands that we are now discovering. Let's look at one or two more. So we see Nike. Obviously, Nike is kind of a household name in the online arbitrage space. But let's look at some of these other ones here. We have Tarte. And again, this storefront doesn't have a ton of products, but we'll look at one or two other storefronts before we go on to the next step. So we can see that Tarte here. We can see that there's 50K rank, 35K, 19. So it's actually a pretty fast moving product as well. So this brand seems to be okay. You can see if they have any more products. Again, 3 isn't a great sample size. We'd like to find, a storefront that has maybe 5, 10, or 15 products of that specific brand. That would be more helpful. But we can see that, this could be potentially a good brand as well. So we can find it profitably. It moves quickly at least. So it's, again, just a brand to jot down. Doesn't mean we're going to be searching this brand forever, or maybe you just don't find good products for this brand, but it is an idea of a brand, especially if we're kind of newer in the space. We don't know where to start sourcing. We're looking at these brands to give us a starting point. All right, so we looked at that storefront. We found a few brands. Let's look at one more storefront and see if we can find any good brands that maybe we have a chance of adding to our spreadsheet. So we found another storefront that has 93 reviews. Again, we can keep looking at some of these brands. This one has a ton of different products and a lot in those products. So that's a great place to start, right? When I see this, the first thing that comes to my mind is they have a lot of Clinique products. Must mean that they find Clinique often and profitable. So hopefully we can do the same here. So we see Clinique. We can sort by that one. We can just get an idea of some of the storefronts here. We see Amazon is on some of them, but they have a ton. So if Amazon is only on some of the listings, that's a good sign that, they're not on all of them. So we can see Amazon's not on a lot of these. That's a great sign. Now, price-wise, again, we're going to have to do some digging to find some of these things profitably, and maybe they're only profitable certain times of the year. But it's a good sign that a lot of these are pretty quick moving in the beauty and personal care category. Again, anything under maybe 150K in this category is going to sell fairly quickly. Obviously, below 100K is going to do even better for you. But we can definitely see that, 24, 43, 39K, 37K. A lot of these Clinique products are moving pretty quickly. So we're going to add this to our spreadsheet again. We'll look at maybe one more product here. We see they have a lot of Sephora branded products, which is interesting because, Sephora is the website itself, and they have their own specific brand that they sell their own products. So, maybe that's a good sign, because a lot of times brands will run discounts or have their products a little bit cheaper than the name brand products to try to undercut the market and get some of that market share. So 60K rank, 23K, 195, 136. So it does look like the Sephora brand also, has a pretty fast moving product for the most part. We're going to find some slower moving products, but the fact that they do have some faster moving products is a good sign. Okay, so now that we have some brands that we think have potential to be good online arbitrage brands, we can reverse source off of those to find some more products in this brand. So we can see this is a great storefront to find Sephora products. They have 43 of them in their storefront. But if we run out of these products, right, maybe we can't find more than 1 or 2 of these profitably, what we can do is go open the Amazon listing on one of these products. And now we have a whole bunch of new storefronts to search from, because there's a good chance is that if these storefronts are selling one Sephora product, they probably have more also in their storefront. So now we have a whole bunch of new storefronts that probably are selling more Sephora branded products, and we can reverse source off of those to find more listings within this brand. All right, so we found this storefront here, has 14 reviews. The same criteria applies here. We want between 10 and 200 ratings or reviews. So that way the storefront hopefully has some experience selling on Amazon and they know how to find profitable products. So we have the storefront open here. We can see Sephora is their most stocked brand. So what we want to do again is just look at some of these listings, actually go through and break down the products. Right now, we're going to do the part where we're reverse sourcing some of these. Hopefully, we can find some websites or at least Sephora selling this profitably, and that's how we're going to look for these products here. So we can see the same listing that we were on, and then we can now do analysis on some of these other products. So let's quickly review some of these products here. We have a jumbo liner. We can see $5 max cost. Quite a few sellers on the listing, but the price looks pretty steady over the last 3 months. So let's open this one in Amazon and see if we can find this profitably on a website. All right, so now that we have the product open in Amazon, the next step is to just search and see if this product is profitable on a website. And hopefully Sephora is maybe selling this product. Okay, looks like it is on sale. $5 from Sephora.com. That's a great sign for us. And it's in stock here. That's 17 black, $5, right? That's a great sign. Okay, so let's type in 5 and see if we can actually get this profitably here. So we have $5. I also want to subtract my prep fee. Again, you can use this box as a calculator. So this is a great product here. Look at that. First product we found, looking at some profits. So it sells for $14. We can see that's the current buy box. And we saw on the chart, the price is pretty steady. We see that $14 seems to be pretty consistent. So that means that if we buy this product, hopefully it won't be tanking on us. But we're going to make $4 profit at over 100% ROI. Now that's a great product, especially the first one that we looked at. So now that we found some listings with reverse sourcing, we can switch to the last step, which is manual sourcing the sites that are running discounts on these brands that we want to find. So we can see that the Sephora branded products are on sale. So now what we can do is manual source the Sephora brand. So we're just going to sort by Sephora collection here and then look at all of the different products, and hopefully more than just this one was on sale. So we can manual source and then find these different listings, hopefully of all the products that are on sale. So what we can do is right click on the title of the listing and actually SAS search. Now it opens up SellerAmp right on the website, and then it searches the product in Amazon to see if we can find any direct matches. And the one thing you want to do is make sure that the title matches, because sometimes when you do this method, it will paste in a couple of different extra words that we don't want to see. So what I need to do is go in and modify the title to make sure that no extra words are in there that are going to mess with the actual search on Amazon. So that's exactly what we're doing here. Now we see that direct match here, 157K rank, not horrible. And it looks like there's a couple colors. Hopefully we have that direct match here. 19 sellers on the listing, no buy box, but that's okay. We can still sell products with no buy box. So we can see this product is selling for $7, which puts us at a max cost pretty low, much lower than what we are able to purchase it for on Sephora.com. But this is the exact method that you can use now to look at the brands that we already determined were decent online arbitrage brands. So we can just go down the line and keep looking at some of these products. When we find an Amazon listing that matches, start looking at the different variations, look to see if we can find it profitably, because we now know that this brand is on sale and there are good online arbitrage products that are listed on Amazon with the same brand. So this is a pretty extensive search on how to find brands that are going to be good for selling online arbitrage on Amazon. So hopefully you guys found this helpful. If you did, subscribe to the SellerAmp channel and we'll see you in the next video.